news articles now are like one paragraph, and then they start giving you like ads to like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on here. It's like two paragraphs, and then it's like they're like don't miss, and they're linking to other ads or other articles, but then the article goes on. It's like so fucking. It's just people are just like so desperate. They're like, oh, you're not interested in this? Well, like, here's this. Don't click off. Don't click. Wait. Don't click off. Here's this. Well, you don't know about Elon's about Doge. Well, Nancy Pelosi. It's like fucking calm down. It's like when you're hanging out with like sort of a desperate friend, and they're being like all weird and squirrely. And they just want you to keep hanging out. They're like, oh, if this isn't fun, we can do something else. And it's like, dude, just chill, okay? I may click off. If I'm gonna click off, what you're doing now is not gonna help. So just calm down, dude. I've definitely been the desperate friend though. One of the memories I have that absolutely haunts me, I think about regularly, is I was over at one of my friend's house, and I was like, dude, it would be so fun if I could stay the night again tonight. Like I'd already stayed there like one or two nights, and he was like, he was not he was not feeling it. He was ready to fucking chill. He was like, yeah, well, like, maybe, I don't know. And I was like, oh, dude, it'd be so fun. Like, go ask your mom, and I'll call my mom. And he was like, yeah, I don't know. And he got up and left, and I thought he was gonna go ask his mom, and so he left, and then his like mom walked into the room, and I was like, I thought he had asked her, and I was like, I'm gonna call my mom and ask right now. And she was like, ask what? And I was like, if I could stay the night again tonight. And she was like, no. And I just remember it because it was so like sharp and immediate. And I can totally understand now as an adult from her perspective being like, you're not fucking, absolutely not, dude. I had a kid in the house for 2 days. We're not. That's it. But she was just, and she wasn't being mean. She just, hi, Scout. We're shooting a podcast in here. Yeah. Sorry, Scout has entered the building, and we all must acknowledge her. So yeah, she's like, no, no. But she wasn't being rude or anything. She's just a kind of curt person. But that was totally like, you know, especially when you're younger, but you do something that just makes you go, oh, fucking idiot. And it totally, not a big deal. It's not a big deal, but just one of those memories you have. Anywho, let's get right back into the action. And we're gonna lock and load, boys. That was a gun cock sound. Lock and load, boys. We're gonna get into the action now. Oh, scratching this dog. This dog loves getting scratched. Scouty. Okay, you're interrupting the podcast, Scout. I gotta read about Doge. Okay. Quote. Here's a quote about. Actually, no. Here's what it is. Musk, who has helped lead Doge's early initiatives, but announced plans to reduce his involvement during Tesla's first quarter earning call, reposted the update and added, government. I wish I could do a good Musk. I have no idea how to do his accent. I need to listen to him talk. Government is wasting about 100 million per year. That's actually not bad. On unused phone lines. It's got an exclamation point. Government is wasting about 100 million per year on unused phone lines. He's pissed off about it. What does that even mean? Oh, is that money going to AT&T? AT&T should give us a fucking stimulus stipend. That's all. There's nothing more to read in this article. I should click over to Nancy Pelosi. No, I'm not going to. So then close the phone lines. What's the fucking problem? This is why he's in charge of this position, right? Just do it. Stop writing the article and do it. All right. Walmart continues to cancel Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order sales for... Nintendo's in a bit of hot butter at the moment. Walmart continues to cancel Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order sales for asking for asking support questions. What does that mean? Why am I dumb? I can't understand anything. Walmart canceled Switch 2 pre-order. Pre-order. Oh, that's the whole sentence. I'm a fucking moron. This is what I've come to. I'm like, usually my wife reads things. I can like dig holes and move things around, but usually I have her read things and do things with words and paper and stuff. I don't even know what's going on. Walmart's canceling. I don't care about that. Here we go. Witcher series is officially canceled by Netflix. Wow! That's what we needed. And I wonder why. Maybe because they were unfaithful to the original source material and disrespected the one man who fucking was trying to hold it down. You fucking cowards. After years of monster hunting, political intrigue, and sorcery, The Witcher is heading towards its final chapter. Netflix has confirmed that the saga will wrap up after Season 5. Oh. Marking the end of its most ambitious fantasy franchise. So wait, what the fuck? Season 5? I haven't seen or heard anything about it since Henry Cavill left. I thought I was like still waiting for... Oh, 4 and 5 will be filmed back to back, and they will be the last. That's interesting. So it's been a long time since Cavill left. And that's weird. They're going to shoot both the seasons and shit them out, and then they're like, it's done. And they're doing it with Liam Hemsworth. Well, that'll be interesting, won't it? I like Henry Cavill. Dude, I liked him in Man of Steel. In the part where he fucks off the truck driver and then sticks a bunch of logs through his truck. It was like, it's pretty sick, dude. Some people would say not very, like, heroic behavior, but that's kind of like his pre-Jesus days. That's like when, excuse me. That's like when Jesus was a young man or whatever. There's like these books where he like killed a kid. He like did all this weird shit, but I don't know. I guess they're like fiction or something. They're like made up. I don't know. It's like they write about it, but it's like, I don't know. If someone made it up, then what you fuck? Cut this out. Moving on. Oh, dude, the pennies going away. What you do with the ones in your coin jar? You should probably bring them into the fucking bank. I've been saying to get rid of the penny for a long time. I've heard it's gonna, they say it's gonna like raise prices, but not by more than like 4 cents, right? I mean, right? If something was like $4.99, now it can only be $4.95 or $5. Get rid of the penny. That is not a negative circumstance. And the thing with the penny is like, it's not a lot of money, and there's always one on the floor. There's always one on the floor, but it's still money. That's the thing. So are you just gonna not pick up money? You're just gonna leave that money on the floor? Well, it's a penny, right? This is a battle as old as time. There's money. It's on the floor. I don't feel like bending over. I'm just letting that money sit on the floor. I'm saying I don't want the money because I don't feel like bending over. Is a penny? Is it worth? Would you? If someone was like, it's labor. It's like, are you gonna pay yourself 1 penny to bend over one time? Is one bend over worth 1 penny? That depends on who you ask, my friend. But I did years ago. I came to this like, what do you call it? Where my brain like had a thought, like an epiphany. I had an epiphany where I was like, well, I'll tell you what. It's like, it's worth, like, you pay for an experience. If you go to Six Flags, you give them, I don't know, $60 or $80. You can go in there and ride the rides, eat the popcorn, and look at like a giraffe. Like a sickly giraffe or something like that. So I thought, well, I'll tell you what, it's worth it for me to like to sweep a penny up when I'm sweeping. Whatever pennies are on the floor, I sweep them up, and I'll pay those amount of pennies to just throw them away and not pick them out of the dust. Like, it's worth that. Like, I get a nice, like, warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart and in my spirit when I just throw pennies away. Like, that is worth paying those pennies. Does that make sense monetarily? Like, I could keep those pennies. I could pick those pennies out of the dirt and grime from the floor and feel, like, disgusted. Feel, like, angry that I'm doing it. And angry at myself for taking the time to save those pennies. Or I can throw them away with, like the between 1 and, 3 cents that I've swept up. I can just throw them away. And I'm paying 3 cents to feel gratified and grateful for that action. If that makes sense. So I came up with that epiphany a long time ago. And I've been living by that ever since. That's my mantra. Another thing you can do with pennies that's totally worth it is, like, flick them at shit. They're great for flicking. They flick great. You can practice your flicking. You can flick them at road signs or into the trashes. That's the penultimum. If you flick a penny into the trash, there's not really a better feeling than that in life. And you'll learn that as you get older. You think, sex or drugs or alcohol. Flicking a penny into the trash can is, there's not really anything that's going to top that experience. So that's a little lesson for you young folk.